Hey everyone! I just got a new package in the mail from Teenage Engineering, and it's the brand new line module for the OPZ. If you're familiar with the OPZ, you'll probably already know that they have a couple of modules you can put into the OPZ that will create a few new opportunities for you. So this one is the newest in the family, and it allows you to get more audio inputs and outputs. So let's go over to the table, do a little unboxing, and see what this thing can do. Okay, so here is the contents of the box. It also came with this buzzer grounding unit. It helps against noise in the audio signal, which is really nice. Especially the OP1 has some problems with this. So this might come in handy, especially when your device is connected to a computer or another power source. And here is the main unit. It has a similar out and input like the OP Lab, with a MIDI out and in, a trigger out and in, and a pocket operator signal. But what's new here is the line out and the line in. A thing that's been challenging with the OPZ is that it has only one single port for input, output, and microphone. You can also connect it to USB-C with certain devices, but not all devices will be registered on the OPZ. So with this one, you practically get two outputs and one input. And this little headphone signal right here gives you a hint that you can use it to cue in and out tracks, which makes it great for live performances, for example, so you can audition your tracks before you send it to the master track. So we'll get more into that later. Another really nice thing is that it came with these stickers here. I've already put one on my OPZ, which is actually a really good thing because you're used to watching it from the front like this, and then when you flip it over, it takes a little bit of brain power to remember where the devices go and to mirror them in your head. So let's install it in the OPZ. Here you can see I have the OP Lab, and you can notice that this one has the new locking mechanism as well, which is similar to the screws on the back of the OPZ. And it's different than the OP Lab, which has this latch that I know a lot of users have had problems with. And allegedly, this should give less slack in the device. So there you have it. Now it's installed. Now we just have to put the back on. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, so now it's installed. We have sound. So let's figure out how this works. And a little disclaimer, in this video, I'm mainly going to talk about the new line in and line out. And I won't talk about the output and input for MIDI, trigger, and pocket operator, as there is a ton of information about that on videos about this OP Lab. Okay, so let's connect a sound source to the line in. I have my OP1 right here, so I'm going to connect this, the OP1 output, to the OPZ line in. And now when I play something here, so you can hear the sound from this is coming into here, and now it's being routed through the master track. So here I can play, I'm currently at the chord track. So in order to control the parameters of the line in, you'll have to go to the module track. And here you'll see the sound being modulated by these encoders. So here's the filter, and volume, also toggle the line inputs on or off by pressing Shift and 4. Another good thing to know is that the line input and line output are by default stereo. So if you do need mono, it's easy. You just press the screen button while inserting the jack cable. Now let's look at the line out. The line out will send whatever tracks you assign, and I'll use it as mono. And now we will encounter the grounding issue. Can you hear that? On my end, it's a loud buzz. So that's a golden opportunity to use this one right here. And no buzz. So that's great, that works. Okay, so now you'll notice that I have a little track loaded here. But no audio is coming out from the line out. So in order to assign audio to go through the line out, you simply have to press Shift and the instrument you want to route out. So you can hear only the chord track is being sent to my recorder. To adjust the volume for this track, so use Shift, the track you want, then you see this one lights up, and then you can adjust the volume how you want it. You can also adjust the track volume to the master volume using the line out. So for example here we have, now if I want to remove the chords for the master track, simply make sure that's selected and I press track, and then I can remove it. It's still audible in the line out, but not in the master. However, if I deselect it for the line, it will come back to the master mix. This is a really nice feature because you can use your headphones in the line out, and then you can audition each track and then remove them from the master mix, but still hear what's going on, and then reintroduce them whenever you feel like you want to have the tracks be audible again. Another very cool thing with this new module is that you now can create effect loops with external pedals and use them with the OPZ. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so here we have an effect loop. We have the OPZ, line out going into the microcosm effect pedal, and then microcosm going into line in. So I have a new loop prepared here. It goes like this. This is the dry signal. And this loop is on the chord track, so we can assign the chord track to go to the line out, which will then go through the effects pedal. And if we turn it all the way down, so the dry signal is not heard, we can start to tinker with the effects coming out here. So now we have the mix going all the way down, and we can use, for example, the mosaic effect here. And then as we increase the mix, we'll start hearing the changes being made. I've also attached a MIDI cable going from the out of the line module and into the MIDI port here, which syncs it to the internal clock of the OPZ. Now we can add some drums. We can also route the drums to the effect. This is very random. We can do the glitch effects. Then we can also assign the drums only by deactivating the chords. Then we can add the snare. Get some good, interesting effects. And now we're mixing the effect signal and the OPZ signal using this mix button right here on the microcosm. But if you have an effect that for some reason doesn't have that, you can also use the OPZ to mix the dry signal and the effect signal. So again, you do this by pressing the instrument button and then dialing in the red encoder here. Now we have a mix of 100% dry and the effects. So there you go, tons of fun. So that was a little overview over the main new features of the new line module for the OPZ. So as we've seen in this video, it opens up a whole lot of new opportunities, and for users that have felt limited by only having one port sharing both input and output, this really opens up a whole new world for OPZ users. So that's it for now. I hope you found this video useful. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.